Okay, so in the beginning of like how to be a YouTuber, what I like to start off with is the whole like self-confidence avatar building because it's integral to everything where you go from here, right? So pretty much when I just asked you about how many put their own faces on their profile images and stuff like that, because it's about feeling worthy of being out there. I'm only being me, right? And that's my best image of myself. But how many people know of like superheroes? We already, what's your name? Beverly. Me and Beverly already came in trying to get in the ring. But anybody know who Superman is?
Yeah.
Superman? Yeah? Wonder Woman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You don't have to read comics to know who Wonder Woman is, because if you saw the movie last year, right? Yeah? But they also have secret identities, don't they? You know, sometimes they say to pass as human, to have a break, right? And everything. So they pretty much downgrade themselves a bit, right? What they call normalcy. So Superman becomes Clark Kent, and Wonder Woman becomes Diana Prince, so that they can move amongst the masses, yeah? To be a part of everyone else. Now, if we flip that with avatar building, we are all Clark Kent. We are all Diana Prince because we're just regular human beings, a part of the masses. But there's something more to each of us. And that's what I mean by the highest representation of yourself is your avatar, right? So it's like you want to show the highest representation of yourself when you're out there in social media or in the digital universe or where you're presenting yourself out there. Yeah? So like when I say that what we're going to do is have podcasting or panel talk, right? Then what will be is that in turns, 3 to 4 different people will sit at a table and have a discussion about topics that are either socially relevant or passion projects, which I love, right? And I call it my passion project, I call geek-centric. Geek-centric. I'm a geek, yes. Not because I wear a tie, but because I like superheroes. But I mean, online, one of the popular panels are when they're talking about movies, the latest movies that are out, when they're talking about TV shows, preferably the reaction videos or the after buzz shows, like after shows on. And even though this is in America, what happens is here in the UK, we get to see it the next day. Yeah? Or comic books, superhero stuff, or even if people like music, and in your case, religion. Yeah? So in that fashion is that faith.
Religion causes.
Yeah, better word, faith. So this is where you will have to explore amongst yourselves is what is your passion project, right? So that way you can speak openly, honestly, passionately about it. And then do that in representation of your highest avatar. You understand what I mean with that? So, now, this would involve us getting to know each other a little bit more. But like, what I want that to do is roll around in your head about what is it that I'm passionate about? What topic would I like to talk about, right? And everything. So, that's where we'll get to when we're building our avatars. So that way when we're doing our representation, it doesn't matter if you can't see it. Camera can't see it either. But I will say it, what it is, yeah? Is that we're gonna do that. So what I'm trying to say is this is just an overview of what the course will do is we will look at the best use of social media, we will build content, which I just said about, the panel talking, and we will present content, which is like we will make with the cameras, we will make the content. Now, what will happen is these shows, for palatable sake, right? They will run from whether it's 15 minutes to a half an hour, depending on how good or the debate and the discussion is, could even be as long as an hour. Yeah? That's what the audience can take. That's how much they could take in. But you have to do it, like be able to produce something that airs every week, right? So now that's where it gets a little bit scary, doesn't it? So hopefully you can see it for a little bit. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a video, because sometimes we don't like somebody just sitting there and talking to them all the time. All right? And in that video, this is the breakdown of the highlights in that video. But first what I'll do is I'll show you the video first, right? So that means I'm going to put it on here, and then I'm going to have, because we don't have the screen, I'm going to have to turn it around and, maybe, move closer and stuff like that to see it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So, but let me just put it into context. It's not that long. I think it's only like 5 minutes. But how many of you heard the word blogging? Yeah? So you probably heard when she told you about this, you're going to learn about blogging. Right? So pretty much these are successful bloggers around the world. And what I did was I did an edit of their lectures. And so that means they'll go back and forth and they will give you pointers that we will break down over this. So if you want to be like Beverly and Cheat, you don't have to. I want you to watch the video first and then we will talk it through about what the highlights are. So don't worry if I don't have notes. Right? But I just think it's more important than me just telling you something, having people who are professional at this kind of stuff telling it to you, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So, now this is a really old laptop. And then I say, do you guys got a laptop? So you might have to come closer like I said.